going to take a look at the Barracks Emperors. So this is from GMT. GMT is best known for their war games. This is not a war game. This is almost akin to a trick-taking game, except it's on a board. That's a little confusing, but what you're doing is you're trying to control various emperors. Let me show you. In this game, players are trying to capture emperors or control emperors, and each emperor, you'll notice they're placed out here, and there's going to be 3 rounds of this placement. There's blue, red, and yellow, and if each one of them that you have is worth a point, but each set that you have, as shown by this picture in the rule book, is worth an additional 3 points. You're also going to get points if you manage to take out barbarians. So what players are doing is they're on their turn, they're going to be playing a card, but you'll notice on each of these emperors, and all this stuff here in the middle doesn't matter, there are 4 symbols. I'm going to sit on the side of the table that matches my symbols, so maybe I'm swords. So if I'm a sword player, when I play cards, I'm trying to play them on the sword card side of a card. But if I play this 7 here, it's also touching this card for that player and touching this side for that player over there. The thing is, once a card is completely surrounded, once an emperor is completely surrounded, you are going to evaluate it. Cards that are the same number cancel each other out. And then the highest number that's left of the color of the emperor will win it. And if there is none, then just the highest, any number, will take it. If it's completely surrounded by barbarians, and there's ways to move these barbarians around and do things, the emperor is destroyed. And every time you play a card, there's special things here. I can play this card to any open space that's adjacent to an emperor, not just in one that has my symbol on the side of it. This one I can discard another populous influence card already played on the board. Not only that, the number you play determines what card you'll draw. The cards in the form here are arranged from highest to lowest, and if I play a low card, I can take from here. If I play a high card, I might have fewer options to take. So you'll play a card, draw a card, the emperors will slowly be removed from the board, and eventually you'll go to round 2 and round 3, and at the end of the 3rd round, you're adding up all your emperors, and whoever has the most points wins. So there's a couple problems with this game. 1, not the box, but the board and the cards, they're ugly. 2, there's a lot of text on those cards, and it's really hard to see sometimes when a card does something, and some of those cards matter when they're played on the board. And 3, it's simply too long. At 3 rounds, it's just way too long. It should have been a 2-round game. That being said, there are some clever ideas. I like the idea of placing a card and it affecting, I'm putting this red card next to this thing so I can control it, but I'm also helping the other players depending on where I place it. There's some neat things you can do by moving barbarians around on the board. There's some fun, clever card play. I like if you play a low card, you get to take a high card. If you play a high card, you're probably going to take a low card into your hand. There's a lot of cool aspects of the game. They're just marred by those problems I said, which makes me give this one only a 6 out of 10. A lot of it I would have liked other than that. The theme also is barely there, right? You're controlling emperors and barbarians, but it is a big card game. So it's a nice idea, some neat things going on in this, but I'm not really sure who it's for. A lot of people are going to walk right by the box because they see this war cover to it, and a lot of war gamers are going to be disappointed because there's just not what you're kind of looking for in this game. So it's kind of a mishmash of stuff, and I don't know necessarily that the target audience is going to be really there for it. I found it to be an okay playthrough. Like I said, I think 2 rounds would be much better than 3, but that's about it for the Barracks Emperors.